Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as Mexico. In previous episode we managed to conquer Alabama from the Confederate States, which no longer exist again. And apparently USA went to communist, so it's the United Syndicates of America these days. So it's been going through a lot of variations, let's just say. We do have a bit of an army over here, but I don't know if I actually need to have my army go in there. Actually, where is my... So this one's heading in... Yeah, you know what? Get back to Dixie. There might be a bit of a front unguarded for a little bit, but the war hasn't really started yet, so I don't think it's gonna be too bad. And anyway, I was going to start a war against Marina Kingdom. So we'll make them a dominion. They got a few allies, but I'm not too worried about that one. Confirm on that. They might be able to call someone in, to be fair. We'll see how it goes. They are fearful, admittedly. And there we go, we're out of war. So luckily we managed to actually start this play before the war started, because otherwise I don't think we would be able to start that. So that was a bit of a lucky accident there, admittedly. And now we're back into number 2 in GDP, although I think we're going to be switching back and forth with us and Jing for a while here. And the distance to Austro-Hungary is relatively high. Now we're paying quite a bit for the military goods right now, 36... Oh right, we did switch the troop quality, right? And we had a crash. So we had to return a little bit backwards, but the war has already started, and we still got the diplomatic play against Marina Kingdom, so it's not too much, but I think we may need to slow down a little bit. I mean, it's getting a bit late game, and plus it's very warm in my apartment right now, so the PC is probably not liking it too much either. But anyway, we're still making money. The innovation is coming on quite nicely. We could still reform the government, but I don't think we're going to. And once this war... I mean, I don't know... They are fearful. I don't know if they'll actually fight... Oh! Uganda has eyes with them. The Spanish thing, on the other hand... I can probably declare neutrality. I'm actually needed on that one. So I don't need to keep an eye on... Or I don't need to get notifications who's joining or leaving that war. But yeah, GDP is doing mostly fine. It could be probably a bit better. But we are at least getting a bit more stuff going overall. And we did start building a bit more uncolicized with them. Okay, they're getting a bit of troops to help them. I guess at this stage... Hold on a bit. Oh yeah, we got some troops there. Is this one... This is the one that we sent back home. What's the quality of these troops right now? It's probably a little bit reduced. It is actually quite a bit reduced. We've got massive defense, but the attack values are a bit reduced, so I probably should not have started the war quite this early, but after switching the troop quality, but it's alright. We'll survive. We do need to get a lot more electricity, or radios, to be fair. But it's something that we are working on, expanding it a little bit, although I suppose... Let's have a look. Industry, electric industries, so earnings... We're building it on a second location already, although I don't know if that building or build has started yet. We could get another 2 levels at least to get things going, and maybe Colorado does have a decent bit of labor available as well, so we could probably build there, although the efficiency for the construction over there is a bit reduced. But we'll see how it goes. And we might... Well, no, we're not going to get the National Guard yet. We did progress to the study at least, so that's good. So they are still fearful. They can't invite anyone else in. Now, of course, let's see, Angola is over here, Buganda is over there, so it's mostly just the, except Izag. I could potentially conquer Izag. That's going to give us a foothold into Ethiopia, because we've never been there, right? It's not like there's been at least 3 different playthroughs that we've been fairly active in Ethiopia. But if we could go for, like, Izag and maybe clear out Oromia and... Or Shiva, rather. Conquer Oromia and a few other areas in here. Although, admittedly, I'm pretty sure that some of these are protected, or would be protected by Egypt at least. Plus, there might be a lot of other nations that might want to take part in this one, or in that one if we go in there. But, you know, if... no one's going to be able to stop me on this war, I don't think. I mean, other than the fact that there's going to be a bit of a delay on when my troops are going to be actually capable of fighting. But I don't think it's going to be too bad, all things considered. I think what we're going to do is we'll conquer Ethiopia, and then we'll make them a dominion. We'll release Ethiopia itself. Maybe, or something like that. Because actually, that might not be a bad idea. So we don't need to worry about, like, the unrest and all that sort of stuff in there. But we'll just, you know, we'll suffer quite a bit of infamy, admittedly, because of that. But we shall survive, and there we go. No one can join the war anymore. How is the army right now? Oh, and standard of living is already 16.4, so that's definitely going up. So the army quality over here, if we take a gander, so it's got 74 attack. Is that true? Yeah, 74 attack. Not great. I don't think there's going to be too many people sort of stopping us doing the landing. So once we do the landing... Do they even have a fleet? The enemy side has 2 flotilla. Yeah, I mean, I suppose most of those are landlocked nations. That kind of makes sense that there's not too much extra there. Right, let's go ahead and send in the navy to do a bit of a landing. So, naval invasion. Go for southern Madagascar. And, well, I suppose we've got one army that is already active, so we'll also send that one in. We're still making pretty good money overall, and we've got already 75% literary rate, roughly speaking, so that's pretty decent. GDP is probably going to hit around at least 200 million by the end of the game. Might not be enough to go past Austria-Hungary. I mean, we could always just increase our construction speed, to be fair, to speed that up even further. To be fair, might not be a terrible idea. Where do we have the... So there's the electric industry. I'm going to give that one 2 levels. Texas could maybe get another level for the construction sector. And then we had the other area. It was down here that is getting electric industries as well. We're going to get another level over there. So it's going to cost us a little bit to build these, but they are going to be built fairly quickly, and that's going to give us another 60 construction speed per week. So that is going to be clearing out a lot more of the investment pool, that's for sure. Which we do still have 28 million in there. So there's definitely room for improvement, that's for sure. How much do we have radicals? So we got 10.7 million, which is about 1/6 more or less of our total population, so it's not too bad. We've got almost the same amount of... oh, there we go. Ecuador war has ended. And how long until the landing is going to happen? That's another 3 weeks away. So that's something that we'll have to wait on. And we're getting the social security leveled up soon as well. Coffee talk. Oh, we've got an agitator. Social Democrat. Alright. Well, you know, we can get a little bit of progress or potential chance of passing this new law that we're trying, so it's probably fine. Let's go with that option. Admittedly, I didn't explain why it died, but we've had that event before. We're still number 12 worldwide in the standard of living total. Venezuela is right behind us, which of course part of our market. Ecuador is part of our market, which is also fairly high. Haiti is also fairly high on our market, and is part of our market, so... Our market is actually fairly good, all things considered. And then, okay, there's a Grand Duchy of Finland, which is in top 4. Australia seems kind of communist flag there. It's also up in there. Tahiti, Bulungan, Trussell State, Uruguay, and then it's us. So overall, we're doing pretty good. If you have a look at the GDP, then Austria-Hungary does have a good GDP. They got also a massive population, to be fair. And they do have more prestige. They are the number 1 great power, whereas we are the number 2. Oh, speaking of Uruguay. Okay, Bolivia and Argentina are helping Uruguay versus France and some French puppets. They want to puppet Uruguay, ban slavery in Argentina and Uruguay. Okay, I don't really want to interfere in that one. Although, French puppets in South America seems like a heresy to me. But we've got a war already in our hands. Speaking of which... Hey, we got naval combat. Oh, right, we might be a bit overpowered compared to this. They got defensive 15, we got offensive 141. And the landing is happening, so how's their defense? It's only 30. Is that because they're bankrupt? They are bankrupt. I think what happens, especially with like these settings that we have in here right now, is that the AI always relies heavily on the conscripts, essentially. And then that crashes their economy every time that they get into a war. And plus, you know, they might not have the foresight that a player would on dealing with stuff like that. But anyway, I guess the landing is going to be successful then. They had 25 battalions in there, and we have 45 still in the combat. So it is a bit of an obvious result from this. Who's going to be winning? And we do still have a bit of a reduction on the offense values, but that is getting better and better over the course of this combat even, so I'm pretty good with that. Which one? Is it the north? I believe the north is the capital state. No, the south is the capital state. Yeah, it is. Well, I suppose they did once lose the northern Madagascar, didn't they? But regardless, we are going to be having a bit of a conquest here soon enough. And we've reached 60 million in population as well. That's quite nice. I do wonder if the radical numbers are going to go up or down. I honestly don't know. We've got quite a bit of infamy though. I suppose maybe they'll still... Actually, they have grown a bit, but of course a large chunk of that was because of the conquest of the Confederate States. Beyond that, I think they might actually be slowly dropping at least. We have gained a lot of loyalists, that's for sure. And of course, if we... Oh. Right, Austria-Hungary is having a revolt. There's so many revolts happening in the world right now. Is this... I can't follow all of them. Oh, there we go. We got a successful landing, and now we are fighting on the land itself. Got a bit of poor visibility in here, which is not helping us, admittedly. But we've got the numbers advantage and the quality advantage, so it should be fairly piece of cake battle there. So one of the things that I could do is I could activate... How much armies do they have here? Basically nothing. So if we were to activate another army, it doesn't even need to be a particularly large army, like 27 from the Central America, for example. But you know what? No, we'll send in the armies from... Or one army from Mexico itself. And then we'll send in another invasion. That's still preparing. We could naval invade into there. Let's actually wait. Okay, it's that one. So it might not be the best. I'm sure that it's going to get more mobilized while waiting, so we'll be fine. And I'm guessing these two... I mean, they would not take the peace deals yet. But that's just a matter of time. We are losing a bit of cash right now, but that's partially because we got some of the construction in here that is not covered... Oh, yeah, this... We've got a lot of government administration buildings being built. Oh, this is the stuff in Alabama that we inherited, kind of. Alright, then. A campaign of banquets. We could get another 10% success chance. Or 20%. Political strength from wealth. Universal political strength. I'm just going to go with that one. We've got a lot of wealthy people. But there we go. Now we've got 190 GDP. So that's definitely going up. And we did have a lot of these class... Well, some class works being made. That does remind me, though. Let's quickly double check that those are set to auto-expand. Same with the tooling workshops and food industries and all that. How's the market looking, by the way? Radios are still in high demand. Dyes are in quite high demand as well. So that's something that I could maybe fix, at least to some degree. We've still got plenty of room over here for more plantations. Get those in. We'll maybe get another construction sector as well. Wait, it doesn't... Right. That's the wrong button. We'll get two of them in there, actually. We might need a bit more infrastructure as well, so build another... Oh, we don't even have a railway here yet. Right, well that might be part of the reason then. So there's one brave battalion still standing in here. We've taken, well, fairly small... Oh, and there we go. Well, Marina is now subjugated, and are we still... We are still at war with the others. Our landing is probably going to be happening soon-ish. 3 more weeks, okay, it's a bit of a long distance, admittedly. There we go, Marina is now our vassal, so we don't need to change any of the production methods or anything like that. And I'm hoping, you know what? I could perhaps start bankrolling them. It's only £2,000 per week anyway. But, you know, give them a bit of a boost in there to recover from this war. How is the Marina Kingdom's sort of GDP and all that? They are actually quite loyal right now, oddly enough. We could probably improve relations there. Oh, potential protectorate against British Republic. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. That does make sense. But their GDP is 4.7 million. So that's not too bad, I guess. for a small nation like that. And we've got a landing happening in here now, only with 8 battalions though, but they've got 2 battalions defending. So they've got a decent defense in there, but our offense values have gone up quite drastically since the start of the war. So they should be fairly easy victory, I dare say. And hopefully we'll get these government administrations built soon, because that is something that, well, it's taking us a while actually to build these. And that's also costing us a lot. Now, admittedly, one of the things that I could do is just build more and more construction sectors until we can start reducing the numbers in there a little bit, because we've got 30 million that we're not using right now. Alright, let's think about this. Where are we building a lot? We're building a little bit in here. Do we have a construction sector there yet? We do. We could give another one there. There's a lot of opium plantations and iron mines that we're building there. Oh, there's no pops in there. Right, never mind. That's a bit low on pops as well. We don't have a construction sector in Arizona yet, so that's something that we could definitely fix. And we've already got 5 in California. Nevada does not have one yet. Does have a lot of pops though, so we'll give one there. Then Oregon does have a lot of pops. We don't build too many things in here. I could maybe give the wheat farmers order and the livestock ranches orders to be expanded automatically. Also got paper mills in there, so that probably helps at least a little bit. Also, I suppose these 2 could be expanded. So I will give another construction sector over here. And then Washington, we could also give a bit of... actually, first of all, that could be increased. Put that... I'll build a logging camp in there. And maybe the livestock ranches could be increased in size, so we'll give another construction sector there. So it might cost us a little bit for us to build all of these buildings. But at the same time, once those are built, that is going to give us a lot more construction speed overall. And there we go, that was a successful landing. They only got 2 battalions defending. So I think we've got this. Plus, you know, we're fighting against someone who can't really do much about things. We can't reach the now primary enemy, and they can't reach me. They have no war goals against me either, so it should be a fairly easy war after this. We'll just conquer this one, which I'm sure that they will probably be accepting the peace deal soon. I have the needle. Clergy is dissatisfied with the inclusion of the industrialists in the Mexican government. Let's see, intelligentsia doesn't have too much approval rating. But we don't necessarily want to go below 5. So I guess Catholic Church could just lose a bit of approval. We'll probably be fine, regardless. So did we get the... Oh yeah, we did get this social security level 2 now. That is probably increasing the standard of living just a little bit for the poorer people as well. We've got another battle against Isaac, which is probably going to be over fairly shortly, and I have a feeling that their war support is... It should be going down. Oh yeah, now it's 13 per week. So I don't think they'll be around here for much longer. Allies of convenience. You know what, I will improve the industrialist approval and pop interest there a little bit further. I think that'll be alright. Oh, there's a political movement that is causing a bit of radicalism. I don't think the total numbers of the radicals have actually been increasing all that much, quite frankly, and the loyalists are... Well, there's been a pretty good standard of living increase overall across the board, so that is definitely helping. So they still don't want to give up here yet. I suppose that's 2 more weeks and Isaac is going to be done. Oh, right, the British have a port in here. And Varzangali is part of their British market, I believe, yep. Is Galedi as well? It is, okay. Oromia, on the other hand, is not. They don't have any border with the British, to be fair. Now, actually, I do wonder if I was to puppet Shiva, could I perhaps then... Well, I suppose I can't see the capabilities yet, but could I perhaps then feed stuff to them? Aurora has a claim there. Alright then. There we go. We got the state. And we got our peace. Good. So, how bad is the situation in here? There is a port at least. But in a modern port, so that's going to fix some of the infrastructure issues that might arise. Not going to incorporate this state, that's for sure. I guess we could get at least a little bit better productions in here in the meanwhile. Oh, they got some government administrations being built as well, alright. They also got an iron mine being built. I'm guessing there's not too many... Yeah, there's not too many peasants available in here. Kind of what I expected. Oh, we can finally get some tea from here. Admittedly, we might be able to get some tea from... actually, do we get tea from Madagascar? I don't remember. I'll check that in a few moments. Right, so there is tea plantations in here. Okay. That might take care of the tea demand. I mean, if we all look at the highlights or trade routes, so importing a decent bit of tea from Brazil still. Well, the production or productivity of that isn't all that high. We're selling a massive amount of oil to France, and we're buying a lot of silk from Russia. Alright then. Well, we've got peace in our time again. For a brief moment at least. So let's have a look at the Casablanca against Shiva. So much for peace, right? But anyway, so if we make them a puppet, I kind of wonder if I could feed them states from other nations. As a puppet, they would have to join in the wars for me. They do have a bit of an army there. How good is the quality of that army, though? Irregulars. Okay, so basically nothing. So let's have a look. If we were to do a puppet state, or make a puppet, there's a lot of nations that could join, and that would increase our infamy by 30. So that's a bit high. Oh, there's diplomatic play against Shiva right now. Oh, you want to annex Shiva? Huh. To be fair, Shiva already owns a bit of land from all of these 3 states in here to form Ethiopia. On the other hand, if we have a look at the... I guess that's in... Actually, where is that? Is it in diplomacy? Release subjects. There's a lot of nations that we've could be releasing. Okay, so I don't think... Well, I can't see anything from Somalia, at least, in here yet. I suppose that if I was to conquer all of the states in here, I might be able to liberate Ethiopia directly, but at the same time... Oh, I can't... Okay, first of all, I'm just going to declare neutrality on that one. And what's this then? Austro-Hungary versus Nassau Peasant Revolt. Okay, I'm not needed in that one either. So now I could potentially declare war on Shiva. There would still be a lot of infamy, to say the least. So much so that it would almost get us to 100. But I think that is what I will do. I like to live dangerously. At least sometimes. Right, so I guess what we'll do is we'll just send in like one army. That is going to be quite costly already. I'll send it there first. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, we'll probably be fine regardless. I mean, as long as we are using most of the investment pool, which we're still not using fully. But also we are going to start increasing our radio production quite drastically. So the radio consumption, or the price rather for the radios is going to start dropping. We still need a lot of fine art. Still need a lot of glass and engine. Ooh, did we get the wood? No, we have not gotten the plastics yet. We're 4 months away. So that will be done soon-ish. Probably during this war. Assuming that there is a war. Oh, the British are embargoing us. Right, so we've got a 58% chance of passing the... Well, progressing the law, rather. It's going to take a while. Right, so we've got 50 more days for these troops to arrive here. It's a bit of a long distance, I do admit. And they are... Well, I suppose they've got a second war that they might be fighting. In which, if they lose that war, they'll get annexed. If they lose my war, then they'll just become a puppet. Which is, of course, much nicer, I dare say. Raising concerns. How is the... Okay, industrialists do like me quite a bit. I think armed forces could maybe lose a little bit approval rating there, and we'll be still okay with that. Oh, almost at 200 million GDP now. I mean, I suppose we've got a lot of things that we're building. Construction speed is over 600 already. Oh, Gojam is siding with the enemy. Against me, alright then. I mean, that is just another nation in here, which isn't really that bad. Not gonna put any other war goals, though. Just to be safe. But I think our 40 battalions will still be... Oh, wow. We'll be just marching over them. Hurrah sides with the enemy, okay. Interesting. Well, again, I can't put in any more war goals, I'm afraid. Well, actually, no, I can put war goals for the nations to... Well, actually, I could ban slavery, I guess. In a few of these. I'll ban slavery in Shiva. I'll also ban slavery in Gajam. And Harar. Technically speaking, I could ask for war reparations, but these nations aren't really that rich anyway, so it would be kind of a pointless endeavor. We'll just send in... Let's see, that's from Dixie. I suppose we could send this one over as well. We'll have a lot of troops from Dixie. Right, so we've got troops arriving in there. Where else do we have? Right, there's another Eritrea front. We are getting some troops in there. Wait, oh, no, you should be going for... That one instead. There we go. It might take a while before it arrives there, but I'm sure that my troops... Actually, they should still arrive there in time, I reckon. Escalation has paused for a while since we put in so many war goals in here. They are fearful, but they do have the second war potentially brewing as well. Which is going to start first. Oh, Kaffa declared neutrality on my war. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. They got their war to worry about. Oh, I forgot that we actually got some... No, we don't have any, but there is some troops. Oh no, the army is a bit larger than that. Okay, never mind. I thought it would be just 20 battalions, but I guess it's not. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like or subscribe if you haven't already. Also, got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.